This is the new Panox V2 360 camera. And what's cool here, we have, on the box it says, what is it, 12K, so this is impressive. And we have here 5.7K 30 frames per second. We have half-inch sensor and 3-inch touchscreen and pretty cool settings. So let's unbox this and see what we have here. And also I got their stick and their lens cover. So let's open it up and see what we have here. So this is how it looks like inside. Let's open this up. Oh wow, this is actually pretty big. The screen is huge and it's quite heavy. Feels really solid. Wow. The screen, actually very nice protector. Yeah, this is so different than any other camera I tried so far. So the SD card is here, it's not covered, so I'm not sure if it's waterproof. The charging port, the USB-C is right here. You have a speaker on the side, and this is on-off button, and another speaker here, I believe. It looks like a speaker, I'm not sure what it is. We'll check in a moment. And the 1/4-inch mount on the bottom. Let's see if power's on. While it's powering on, let's see what else in the package. The charging cable, nice case, warranty, and I believe instructions. The specs are almost identical to the Insta360 X3, but there's a big difference here. X3, it's an action camera, it's waterproof and dustproof, where the V2, it's a camera that is targeted to everyday creators and live streamers. You can still mount it on your helmet, on your car, on an invisible stick, or a motorcycle and get those amazing shots. I do have the X3, the RS, and I'll do soon a video comparison, a follow-up on toughness and how strong these cameras are built, but you have to be careful not to drop them on the lens. Very fragile, very delicate area on any camera, action or not. But the V2 is designed for vloggers, TikTokers, YouTubers, everyday creators, streamers, musicians, designed for VR setups, those people who do virtual tour creators. But before we get into the menu and details, before setting everything up, let's do a quick try and see how the quality looks like. From the start, I have to emphasize, this camera is slightly longer and this 3-inch touchscreen looks massive and feels amazing. The camera quality and feel, it's impressive, and you get 1/2-inch Sony sensor, which is pretty good. And this is the first recording. This is how the camera was set up initially. I haven't changed any settings, and you can see there's no stitching, you can see those lines. And in the dark, 360 cameras don't have good quality. Here I passed a little burst of sunlight, and you can see even under no light, it's super crisp, really good quality. I'm moving here 15 to 20 miles an hour, fast acceleration, braking fast, and I'm going between the cars, and the quality, it's amazing. And there's no borders, there's no stitching, there's no those kind of like wavy patterns that you see in 360 when you go when transition from dark to light and back. It is really, really good performance. I really like it. I have the RS, and you can see stitching, you can see a lot of things like kind of like wobbly. Here, it's perfect. It's like somebody's recording you from a side, and even here going through sunlight, you can barely see the stitching. Really impressed with the quality. Let's go over the menu. And this lens cover is very snug, very good fit. So you have the on-off button here on the side. Press it longer, a couple seconds. The same exact way as your Android phone. As you can see here, powered by Android. And it takes a couple seconds to boot up. And this is how it looks like. Now we have a very extensive menu here, and the screen, it's so smooth, so responsive. I really like the action, and these are the settings. So when you open, it's always going to be in this main screen. You have to press and get to live streaming or video. Let's start with the photo. So when you go in the photo, you have these options here, and street view, which is pretty cool. So when you press that, when you press the screen, it's going to go in that street view. Now let's get out of it and let's get to standard photo. Now when you get here, you have these buttons for these settings, and you can adjust here the countdown, and you have various time frames. You can go into the resolution, 12K or 5.7K. You have here the time, adjustability, and the format. Going back to the main menu, press the top button here, you have the shutter adjustability, you have the exposure, and you have the white balance adjustability. for various conditions. Pretty cool. And these are the settings for the picture. Now let's go and adjust the video settings. And we have vlog, 360 view, we have flat view as regular, standing camera, smart tracking, this is pretty cool, and we have time lapse and the street view. Now I haven't tried the smart tracking. This is self-adjusting, so you have to press the screen and the function will kick in, and look, it goes by itself and it's finding you. So if you want to go away from it, you see it's going to go back to what it should be. Now let's get out of it, let's go back to flat view. You click the screen and it's going to adjust to that setting. I did mostly play it in 360 and the footage is very crisp, high quality, and you can see it adjusts by itself exactly how you need it, and very responsive. You can see I can press very quickly and goes exactly in the option that you're choosing. And the same here as in the photo, you have all the settings that you can play with and adjust exactly how you want it. And you have more adjustability here. You have the format, you have the locked view, fix or follow, you have the storage device, you have the countdown for the shutter, and you have here the resolution. This is the part that I like. You have 8K on this camera, but it's only 10 frames per second, which is kind of low, but you have that option if you need it. And mostly I play with 5.7K and 30 frames per second, and it's really good quality. I haven't tried 4K yet, but you have this option here. I'm sure it's gonna be pretty well. You have 60 frames per second, which is pretty cool. And here you have the other formats. So besides that, if you swipe down, you have settings, and you can adjust this parameters, and you also have, like your cell phone, all this adjustability, and it's so easy, and it's self-explanatory. It's very intuitive. Anybody, even your grandfather, your grandmother can use this camera. It's so simple and so easy. And press going back. You don't have any other settings from the bottom or from the side. There's nothing else here. If you want to see the footage I recorded, you press on the left hand side of the circle, and you have all the footage that I recorded. Go in the footage, and let's see how it looks here. And the speaker is actually pretty loud. Wow, this is cool. And here you can control, and you can actually download the footage, and then you can edit that. Very responsive. Actually, let me see here what options we have here. Stitch, oh, look at that. So you can also stitch the footage. So plenty of options here in this menu. Very easy. I would say very user-friendly, easy to use compared to other cameras, because it feels like your cell phone. Everything it's there and is designed so anybody can use, even your grandma. So this is pretty cool. Now I'm gonna try to use smart tracking, and we're gonna go outside and see how it looks like. They don't have a computer software yet. Hopefully they come with that later, more detailed editing. But here on the phone it's pretty easy, and anybody can do it. Another thing that I like about this menu is when you press, it goes in standby, and then you press one more time and it goes out of it. And let's say if you click, so you don't waste energy with this big screen, you hold for a couple seconds, the same exact way as your phone, and just press shutdown. Now recording 4K 60 frames per second. Follow-up mode, let's see what it does. The footage is extremely smooth. I'm passing a little bit of the light here, and it shows the stitch, but that's normal because I'm moving so fast and the camera doesn't have time to adjust. And here I have the extension pole about 15 feet long, and when you're moving at 20 or over 20 miles an hour left to right, this is increasing speed and the camera is able to catch up, and look how smooth it is. Good quality, and this AI thing follows me perfectly. Look at this angle, and here I'm over 20 miles an hour and it's still looking perfect. Amazing performance for the style of writing I have here and how this camera captures the angles. This is perfect. This is the raw footage, was exported through the app to the phone. There's no additional editing, and it was cut and added in Premiere Pro. And that's pretty much it. I only chose the options to follow me, and it's pretty accurate, and I'm moving here really fast. It's smooth, good colors, great stabilization. And this clip I have 5.7K resolution, 30 frames per second, and the same extension pole looks like a, drone recording. And here by the light waiting, the wheel balances perfectly and moving really fast. It's not as smooth as 60 frame, but still very, very good. I think the more light you get and the closer the camera is to you, I think it looks sharper, looks higher quality, but still, I think performance, either option, either resolution, looks really good. Considering how fast I'm moving and how fast I'm moving the pole, and here there's no sunlight and still great resolution. This camera, it's smooth and capturing all the details. Once you downloaded the footage from the camera to the phone and you have the camera files, now it's not connected, we go back to download. This is how they look on the camera on the screen. You upload them to your phone, and let's say to edit, you press on the file. It's gonna open in a couple of seconds, and then once it's open, here's a quick test. On the bottom of the timeline you have this diamond shape, and once you press, you see the timeline moving. In the evening, under the tunnel, you stop and you choose by pressing that plus symbol. You can move forward, backwards. It's very simple, self-explanatory, and very intuitive. And once you done editing, you just press export and you choose either panorama view and resolutions or flat. I chose 4K, so you can choose various settings, the one that you like and you need. I chose 4K and 30. You can see here the size is going to increase, decrease depending on the settings, and you hit export, and it is exporting pretty fast. Now depending how long is the file and how many keyframes you selected and how much you edited. But after that you have the file ready and you can use it any way you want. I'm very impressed with the performance of this camera. I was not expecting to get this level of quality, and even in the dark this is what I see on the screen, and I tried to put to follow me, so let's see how it does. But so far this is really good. It looks very well on the screen, and let's see this angle. I'll try to show you guys, see if I can adjust. Yeah, I can adjust to see myself, so very easy to record. And on the screen it looks like a regular camera, just looks so good. So I'm on 1st Avenue and 40th Street. That was I think 41st or some extension of area, right? And that's where the tunnel is, where I test my electric bike, scooters, and motorcycles and stuff. So, and over there is the field of light. So let's see if I can extend this all the way to the top so you guys can see. And actually the microphones, the quality of the sound, is not bad at all. It's actually pretty good. I'm mostly impressed, and I'm looking only for 360 video, but this camera can do so much more. But this is my own interest, this is why I got it, and I think it does an amazing job at recording. And you don't need a second person to like ride alongside and record you, so this is really, really cool. So let's see. Recording in the evening under the tunnel with this light. So I'm now in the follow mode, and it looks pretty good on the screen. Let's see how it looks on the computer when it's edited. Yeah, this can be a very good vlogging camera. I don't have a microphone, so maybe I can add it later, but if the sound is good and if it looks as good as it looks on the screen, this will be perfect. I can see myself, I can adjust, I can move around, and it just follows you, which is pretty good. In low light, this camera, it's extremely good. This is beyond my expectations. This camera has a built-in GPS, 12K photo stitching that looks amazing. You can do a live stream with this camera and pair with a VR system, which I'll never use, but it's a super cool feature to have and other cameras don't have it. A wireless or Bluetooth connection for your microphone or other accessories. I'm not intending to take pictures with this camera. I'm only interested in 360 videos, which is fantastic in recording e-bikes, motorcycles, or even cars moving at high speeds. But this camera can take 72 megapixel 360 photos, which are also very detailed and cool. It is now waterproof or dustproof, but I'll never get this camera in the water or sand. So using it in New York City will work perfectly for me, and the quality of the footage is insanely good and it's more than I need. Guys, the link will be down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the performance of this camera, and I'll see you next time.